Right now, in capitals from Moscow to Beijing, strategists are mapping out how to dismantle American global dominance. Yet these same nations are structurally bound to the American economy. To conduct their international trade, they are forced to use the US dollar, effectively funding the very superpower they seek to dethrone. This dependency is built on a single, non-negotiable physical resource: oil. Our modern economy requires it for everything from fueling container ships to manufacturing fertilizers and everyday plastics. Because countries are constantly buying and selling this resource in massive quantities, the US dollar's power isn't just a matter of banking. It's anchored to the global energy market. This is the petrodollar system. To understand how this system began, we look back to 1945. The US emerged from World War II with its manufacturing base intact, while the rest of the industrialized world lay in ruins. At the 1944 Bretton Woods Conference, global powers agreed to make the US dollar the center of the world financial system. This was possible because the US promised that every dollar could be exchanged for a fixed amount of physical gold. But by 1971, that promise became unsustainable. President Richard Nixon abruptly decoupled the dollar from the gold standard, shifting the world into an era of fiat currency, money backed only by public trust and government stability. Without gold anchoring it, the dollar's status as the world's reserve currency was suddenly vulnerable. If global trust wavered, the American economic empire would collapse. To prevent that, the US needed to find a new, universally required commodity to drive global demand for the dollar. The opportunity arrived during the 1973 oil crisis, when Arab-producing nations stopped selling oil to the US in retaliation for its support of Israel during the Yom Kippur War. Oil prices quadrupled almost overnight. In Western economies, this led to massive supply shortages, long lines at gas stations, and crippling inflation. To resolve the crisis, Washington reached an agreement with Saudi Arabia. The US would provide permanent military protection and support. In exchange, Saudi Arabia would price and sell its oil exclusively in US dollars. As the world's largest oil producer, Saudi Arabia's decision forced other producers to follow suit. Within years, the dollar was the only currency used to buy oil from most major global exporters. This handshake instantly created a permanent, non-negotiable global demand for US dollars. To keep the lights on, every nation had to acquire the American currency. This diagram shows the mechanical logic of this system using Japan as an example. Japan produces very little of its own energy, but needs oil to power its massive economy. To secure that energy, Japan must first trade its own goods to earn US dollars, which it holds in massive reserves specifically to pay for oil. Because of this arrangement, oil producers like Saudi Arabia receive a constant, massive influx of US currency. These producers don't just hoard the cash. They practice petrodollar recycling, investing those dollars back into the US financial system to generate a return on their capital. They buy American real estate, corporate shares, and, most importantly, billions of dollars in US government debt. This creates a loop where the world's need for energy subsidizes American borrowing. It keeps US interest rates low and cements its economic supremacy. Because most major oil transactions must clear through American banks, the US government can unilaterally sever a country's access to the global economy through sanctions. This vulnerability is exactly why the BRICS alliance is attempting to settle oil trades in local currencies like the Chinese yuan. They want to trade without being subject to the oversight of the US Treasury. But if the system is so restrictive, why don't these nations just leave? The barrier is a concept called market liquidity. Abandoning the dollar is like forcing everyone to a new social network. The dollar's network is massive, stable, and perfectly interconnected. Attempting to move billions through a smaller, fragmented currency risks crashing its market. Rival currencies simply lack the dollar's decades of legal protections. This is why countries like Russia and China are forced into a gradual, selective shift. They use other currencies where politically necessary, but return to the dollar when they need efficiency and scale. The petrodollar system creates a powerful gravity well. Until a deeply trusted and equally liquid alternative exists, even America's greatest rivals remain participants in the system that sustains its power.